This is American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com. Get ready as the best from around Oregon step between the lines at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg to play for a state title. Live video coverage of the state tournament on 541radio.com is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, with additional sponsorship provided by DC Farmers Co-op and Champion Car Wash. Now, let's head to the game.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody, from Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. This is the American Legion Baseball Oregon AAA State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Today, we wrap up the tournament as Day 5 will start with two teams remaining. One team is one win away from taking home the title, while the other team will need to win twice as we crown a champion here in 2022. The state tournament has a familiar feel this year as the Medford Mustangs are back in the title game once again. This is 8 consecutive years where the Mustangs will play for the state championship, at least 8 consecutive years. And the Post 6 Barbers are playing on the final day of the tournament for at least a second consecutive season, as today they will try to do what they couldn't do last year and beat the Medford Mustangs on Championship Wednesday. We should be in for a good one, as the last time these two teams met was just back on Monday when the Mustangs outlasted the Barbers 7-6 in extra innings. We might have another one in store for us here today. If the Barbers can pull it off in Game 1, they'll force a winner-take-all Game 2 coming up later today. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran, and it's great to have you with us for another contest here from Roseburg's Champion Car Wash Field as we crown a champion of American Legion Baseball in the state of Oregon. The winner of the state tournament moves on to the Northwest Regional in Gillette, Wyoming, taking place August 3rd through the 7th. Should be a great one in store. Another hot one today here in the Umpqua Basin. And if you are at home watching this one on your couch, in your living room, in air conditioning, at the office, at your desk with monitors, however you're watching, we appreciate you tuning in, and we're happy to be able to provide the service that you can stay where it's a little bit cooler, and we'll be out here, and we'll take the hit for being out here in the heat. These two teams obviously familiar with each other, playing just a couple of days ago, but it's only the second time they meet this season. But these two teams played with a berth in the state championship game last year on the line. Medford winning that matchup to advance to take on Eugene, and it was the Challengers that won in that game 3-1 to win the state tournament. So these teams familiar in this situation. We'll see what they have in store for us here today. They're announcing the teams down on the field. Taking a look at the records, the Medford Mustangs coming in at 36-7 on the season. They are the lone undefeated team here in the state tournament. Medford going 4-0 so far in the bracket. For the Mustangs, it started out with a 4-3 win over the Beaverton Sockeyes. Then they outlasted the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts 6-0 in the second round of the tournament. That was a no-hitter for Medford, as it was Owen Thompson and Cody Borgin that combined for the no-hitter. Then Medford was able to outlast the Barbers in the third day of the tournament, as Medford won that one 7-6 in 11 innings. And then yesterday, Medford staying undefeated with a 14-4 win over the Sherwood Lobos in 6 innings, a game that they almost had won in 5, but a solo home run by Sherwood in the top of the 5th inning kept that game going, and it took 6 innings for the Mustangs to get it done. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Barbers are 3-1 in the tournament. They started with a 10-7 win over the Post 58 Crushers. The Barbers then eking out a 1-0 win over the Salem Withnell Dodgers in what was an absolute pitcher's duel. They got that one run in that game on a balk in the first inning. The Barbers fall to Medford in extra innings 7-6. That dropped them into an elimination game yesterday against the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. And the Barbers fell behind 1-0 in the first inning, but then came back, held a 3-1 lead The bases were loaded in the top of the seventh for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. They had the game-tying run at second base with 2 outs, but they could not keep the rally going, and the Barbers would prevail 3-1 on top of the Doc Stewarts on Tuesday. That knocked the Docs out of the tournament, the host team, and advanced the Barbers here to Championship Wednesday. So that's how we get here to today's matchup. We will talk more about this matchup. There's some good history in between these two teams, and we will see who is able to come away with a state championship here today to move on to Gillette, Wyoming. We'll go ahead and take a break for the national anthem. Come back with your starting lineups here on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Well, we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field, where the championship day will get started. Game 1 of possibly 2 today. The Barbers will take the field. They are the designated home team in today's matchup, which means the Medford Mustangs will take the bats in their hands first and get things started in today's championship matchup. Let's take a look at your starting lineups for head coach Nate Maben in his 12th season with the Mustangs. Coach Maben's starting 9 will have a familiar feel. We've seen it throughout this tournament. Cody Borgine, the center fielder, leading things off, followed by Cameron Sewell in right field. Tanner Douglas, today's starting pitcher for the Mustangs, will bat third. That is the trio of lefties at the top of the lineup card. Then it's Jace Miller, the third baseman. The cleanup hitter had a home run earlier in the tournament, 1 of 3 hit here in the postseason. Aiden Horsley, the left fielder, batting 5th, followed by Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher. Owen Thompson, the first baseman, batting 7th. Frankie Retigliano, the shortstop, will bat 8th. And rounding out the starting 9 is second baseman Johnny King. That is a look at the starting lineup for the Mustangs. They will face off against Jonah Hergert, who is on the mound, right-hander. Was a Mountainside high schooler, then transferred to Shadow Ridge, Arizona for his senior year of high school. But he's originally from that Portland metropolitan area, out in the Hillsboro, Beaverton area at Mountainside High School. He will get the baseball here in this must-win for the Barbers. Hergert on Monday threw 1 1/3 innings against the Mustangs. He gave up just 1 hit, but allowed 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts in that stint against the Mustangs back on Monday. His first pitch to the lefty Borgine, low and inside for ball 1. We are underway in today's ball game. Jonah Hergert on the mound, winds and fires. Borgine fouls the pitch up and away for strike one. Behind the plate, Sean Murphy catching today for the Barbers. Out at first base, Hayden Smith. At second base, Stanley Shoppy. At third base, Dakota Chun. And at shortstop, Andy Miller. The 1-1 pitch, Borgine takes outside. In the outfield, from left to right, Joe Brockmiller, Jackson Bowie, and Tyler Christensen. Your starting defense for the Barbers. The 2-1 delivery over the heart of the plate at the knees for a strike. Borgine a 2-2 count to lead things off for the Mustangs. Barbers in the red tops, the white trousers. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt for ball three, excuse me. Red tops, white trousers, black caps with the red bills. The red Boston Red Sox B on the front of the caps for the Barbers. 3-2 pitch, inside ball four, not off the mark by much, as Borgine hugs that inside corner of the plate, but the lefty will take a leadoff walk.
16, Cameron Sewell.
Borgine will get on to start things off for the Mustangs here in the top of the first inning, and what would be the championship game for the Mustangs if they do win. Brings up Cameron Sewell, the right fielder. The Mustangs wearing their sleeveless blue tops. It's a first pitch swing and a miss. Got fooled on the breaking ball, did Sewell. They've got the red and I think dark navy blue camo shirts underneath, but then put on the sleeveless navy blue tops with the red numbers on the back outlined in white. Medford across the chest in red. White trousers, the blue stirrup socks with the red and white horizontal stripes. Breaking ball drops in for a strike. Sewell an 0-2 count. Yesterday against the Sherwood Lobos, Cameron Sewell 2 for 3 with a single, a double, a sac fly, a walk, a little bit of everything as he takes a pitch, 1 and 2. Ended up with 3 RBI in the high-scoring 14-4 win for the Mustangs. Everybody got in on the action yesterday. 1-2 pitch, bounces in front of the plate for Hergert, and it's a 2-2 count. 5th game of the tournament for both teams. If the Barbers have their way, they'll force a 6th game for both teams. The 2-2. Line drive to right field on the run. The fly ball is caught by Tyler Christensen, heading towards the foul line down the right field side. He had to get on his horse, no time to waste getting to that ball, but able to get there is Christensen to retire Sewell. 1 away. Tanner Douglas will come up to bat next. The left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher as well for the Mustangs today. Bats with 1 out, 1 on. Takes Sloan inside for ball 1. Tanner Douglas. A 1-0 delivery coming up here for Hergert. High and away. Douglas is one of 5 Medford players that played in the game against the Barbers last year on day 5 of the tournament. That was a must-win for both teams that year. 2-0 from Hergert. Chopped first base side for a base hit. It bounces over the first baseman, Douglas, rounding for second. Borgine into third. The relay throw comes in, cut off at the mound. And that's a 1-out double for Tanner Douglas. And the hit parade for this Mustangs team continues. Yesterday, 14 hits in the win over Sherwood. 6 of those were doubles yesterday. First double of the ball game today for the Mustangs. Puts runners at second and third base with 1 out. Jace Miller batting. First right-hander in the lineup for the Mustangs. Takes just outside for ball 1. That bounding ball down the first base side hopped up over the top of Hayden Smith at first base. There's nothing he could do for it besides turn and hope that that ball was going to land in foul territory. But I guess it went by in fair territory, so it was going to be fair. Ball goes through the legs of the catcher, Sean Murphy, and a run is in for the Mustangs. Ball in the dirt but through the legs of Murphy, a pass ball scores Boragine from third. Douglas moves up to third base. 1 run in, 1 hit so far here in the first inning for Medford. A strike taken on the 2-0 pitch. We've been seeing really hot temperatures here in the Umpqua Basin throughout the tournament, and I've been told that the turf out there, it's gotten hard. It's a little springy with all the rubber bits in there, and the underlayment, I guess, just kind of firms up a little bit, and we've seen a lot of balls get real springy off the turf. Take some extra high hops, and that was one of them there for Douglas on that double. 2-2 pitch, going to score another run, it looks like. The shortstop Miller goes to first, really his best option there. Make sure he gets an out. There's 2 down, but it's an RBI ground out for Jace Miller. That pass ball proving costly, helping score 2 runs in this game now for the Mustangs. They lead 2-0 in the top of the first inning. Hayden Horsley takes low and outside. That pass ball allowed Boragine to score, but it also let Douglas move up to third. And so that ground out by Miller there, if not for the pass ball, would have probably just scored Boragine, and Douglas would have probably stayed at second base, and it'd be a little bit of a different situation here. The 1-1 to Horsley is swung on and missed. It's the little things like that sometimes that can make a big difference in a ball game. Could be a 1-0 game right now with 2 outs instead of 2-0. A 1-2 pitch from Hergert. Check swing, he went around, couldn't hold up. Murphy comes up with the loose ball down the third base side and fires down to Hayden Smith for the out. A strikeout for the final out here in the top of the first inning for Jonah Hergert. There were 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors. And there was no runners left on base. So after a half inning of play, the Mustangs already with a 2-run advantage. We go to the bottom of the first. The Barbers looking to try and even things up when we return. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Championship Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Back here in Roseburg, Oregon at the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament, where the Medford Mustangs and the Post 6 Barbers will square off. Let's take a look at the batting lineup for the Barbers, the designated home team. Head coach Joe Duran starts off with shortstop Andy Miller, followed by catcher Sean Murphy. Stanley Shoppy, the second baseman, batting third, followed by the cleanup man, third baseman Dakota Chun. Tyler Christensen is in right field, batting fifth, followed by the DH Nelson Keljo. First baseman Hayden Smith bats seventh, followed by Joe Brockmiller, the left fielder, and then the center fielder Jackson Bowie rounds out the starting 9. That is a look at the starting lineup for the Barbers. Up to bat is Andy Miller against Tanner Douglas. And he will step in once again with a 1-1 count here for Miller, the shortstop, leading things off. Tanner Douglas on the mound. The big lefty fires in. Ground ball right side. Initially to his right, back to his left for Johnny King, the second baseman. Looked like his first step was back towards second. The ball actually to his left, close to first base. Made the adjustment, though, in time to get back to the ball. And scoops it up. Fires to first baseman Owen Thompson. to retire Andy Miller. Start things off here in the first inning. 2-0 lead for Medford. Outside corner, strike one to the lefty, Sean Murphy, who takes that sweeping breaking ball from the lefty, Tanner Douglas. He ends up on the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch is low, 1-1 count. Behind the plate, catching is Jeremiah Robbins for the Mustangs. Got a day off yesterday, DH'd. Puts the gear back on and catches today. The 1-1 pitch he'll take. Does the hitter, Sean Murphy, for strike two. Murphy, the catcher for the Barbers, bats from the left-handed side of the plate. On the 1-2 pitch from Douglas, he'll take low and outside. Out at first base, Owen Thompson. At second, Johnny King. At third base, Jace Miller. And at shortstop, it's Frankie Retigliano. 2-2 pitch is low, and it's a full count. In the outfield, Aiden Horsley in left, Cody Borgine in center, and Cameron Sewell in right. And that's a look at your starting defensive alignment for the Medford Mustangs and the Blue Tops. In the red, it's the Barbers, trailing by 2 already here in the bottom of the first. Sean Murphy, the full count pitch, ball 4. He'll take the walk. A 1-out walk puts a runner on for the Barbers. Stanley Shoppy will bat, the second baseman. Shoppy from Jesuit High School, graduated in 2021. Played in just 3 games for George Fox University during his freshman year of college. Fouls off the first pitch, out of play for strike one. 90 degrees at the moment here in Roseburg. Not going to be nearly as hot as it has been the last couple of days, where we've hit triple digits today, looking at 95 here in the Umpqua Basin. The 0-1 pitch outside, a 1-1 count. Back to first goes Murphy. Actually, it's going to be cooler here in Roseburg today than it will be up in Portland, where they're expecting 96. And down in Medford, they are on an absolute hot streak right now. 106 down in Medford today. Strike on the outside corner to Shoppy. He's got a 1-2 count. So it's pretty much hot throughout the state. I guess these two teams are happy they're in Roseburg, where it's a little less hot than everywhere else. 1-2 count here for Shoppy. Fouls off the pitch to stay alive. One ball, 2 strikes. On the mound, Douglas delivers to the plate. Breaking ball swung on and missed for the strikeout. First strikeout for Douglas.
Now
2 down.
Number 19, Dakota Chun.
Brings up Dakota Chun. On at first base, Sean Murphy after the 1-out walk. Chun bats from the left side, the cleanup hitter. Takes outside for ball 1, playing at third base today. Yesterday we saw him behind the plate, giving Sean Murphy a breather. Been hot. I'm sure catchers, I wonder if they've lost some weight. As Murphy, a little lighter, sprints down to second base on a wild pitch. Gets himself into scoring position. Breaking ball gets away from Douglas. Robbins behind the plate. Got a little leather on it, but that ball outside, he had to go chasing to try and dig it out. Down to second base goes Murphy. I was talking to some of the Roseburg players earlier and asked if anybody weighed themselves before the tournament to find out if they've lost a bunch of weight during the tournament. Chopper up the middle, high hops. The second baseman, King, leaps to get to it. Throw to first will not be in time. And we've seen that throughout the tournament, where some of these bounding balls through the infield take a little while to get to the infielders, and then a lot of times they have to make a hop to get to the ball before it jumps over their heads. And if you add that into the process of fielding the baseball, you've got to hop. That means you got to get back down to the ground, get your feet underneath you, and throw. And it just all takes a little bit of extra time. So the first hit of the game for the Barbers is a chopper up the middle. A single for Dakota Chun puts runners on the corners with 2 away. Tyler Christensen bats. He will take strike 1. 2-0 lead for Medford so far. The Barbers out of the Hillsboro area mostly. Kind of a conglomeration of schools all throughout the Portland metropolitan area. Swing and a miss. You've got Hillsboro. You've got Aloha, Beaverton in there. Canby. But then you've got Portland represented in there as well with Jesuit. Runner going, ground ball up the middle, diving. King can't get to it. The second baseman will not be able to keep the ball on the infield. The run scores on Tyler Christensen's RBI 2-out single. And the Barbers are on the board. They cut the deficit in half, a 2-1 ball game now. Runners still on the corners. As Dakota Chun goes first to third on the grounder up the middle. Christensen on at first. Scoring was Sean Murphy. Murphy reached on the full count walk that he drew earlier in the inning. And then a couple of back-to-back 2-out singles back up the middle for the 4 and 5 hitters in the lineup for the Barbers. And they're on the board. 1-0 count as Douglas misses high to Nelson Keljo, the DH. That ball bounces away. Here comes the game-tying run, and we're tied at 2. So, another wild pitch affecting the ball game. Chun scores. We saw a pass ball bring in a run in the first inning for Medford. Now here in the bottom of the first, a wild pitch bringing in a run for the Barbers. 2-0 count for Keljo. Takes below the knees for a 3-0 count. On the wild pitch, Christensen advances to second base. He's in scoring position. Keljo, the DH from Jesuit High School, and a Oregon State baseball commit. Plans to go play for the Beavers next year. He started the game on Monday on the mound for the Barbers against Medford. Ended up taking the loss in that game. Actually, no, he did not. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2 to the lefty. That game got tied, went to extra innings, so no, the starting pitchers did not factor into the decision in that game on Monday. Full count pitch here for Nelson Keljo. Fouled away. So Tanner Douglas here in the first inning got the first out on a ground out. Got it to 2 outs quickly, but he's given up back-to-back singles. A wild pitch helping a run come in as well. He's trying to get out of this one against the 6th hitter in the lineup. 3-2 pitch to Keljo. Douglas takes his time, now delivers. Strike 3 called. Keljo watches it on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Tanner Douglas here in the first inning, but he gives up a 2-0 advantage, and we're tied going to the top of the second. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We will head to the top of the second inning, tied at 2 here in the final day of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the second inning as we welcome you back here to Roseburg's Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. You might know it formerly as Legion Field. It's a strike taken. To lead things off for Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher for the Mustangs. Starting out the top of the second inning, a tie ball game, 2-2 between the Barbers and the Mustangs here on Championship Wednesday. In the dirt, a 1-1 count. I was reading Chris Henry's article in the Medford Mail Tribune about yesterday's win for the Mustangs. It's a 1-1 pitch to Robbins. Center field drops in for a base hit. One hop out to Jackson Bowie in center field. A leadoff single for the Barbers. Good sign there for Robbins. Jeremiah Robbins yesterday, a tough day. And a day where everybody was getting hits. 14 total for Medford yesterday. Jeremiah Robbins ended up 0 for 3 with a walk in that game. So he gets back on track with a single in his first at-bat. 1 on, nobody out. Owen Thompson will bat. The first baseman for the Mustangs. He squares to bunt, and he will offer for strike one. So I was reading Chris Henry's article, and he referred to it as Legion Field. It's one of those things. You always kind of know things as they were, and Chris has been covering sports here in Southern Oregon for a long time, so he's probably known it as Legion Field for a very long time. It's hard to get on the corporate sponsorship bandwagon sometimes with those new names. It's a strike taken, Owen Thompson, but without the grateful sponsorship of places like Champion Car Wash, sports facilities like this don't get made. So it's awesome to see community support for the sports in our communities, much like down in Medford at what used to be U.S. Cellular Fields, now Lithia and Driveway. It's just sometimes hard to get those changes made. But a great article, by the way, in the paper. I highly support picking up the paper or checking out subscriptions for online journalism in your own backyard. 1-2 pitch is fouled off by Owen Thompson. So if Chris Henry's following there's your plug, Chris. I appreciate the coverage down in Medford there. It's always great to be able to read about the teams that I get to see on the opposing sidelines out of Medford. 1-2 count for Owen Thompson. On the mound, Jonah Hergert with new life after the offense helps get the Barbers back in it. Ground ball towards short, could be 2. Miller, low flip to Shoppy. The throw to first offline, so they get 1 out of 2. Miller at shortstop fielded that one, but he flipped it low to Shoppy at second base. That kind of changed his trajectory off the bag. And that caused him to throw wide of the bag at first. So a fielder's choice gets Owen Thompson on. And they get 1 out on a possible double play ball there. That brings up Frankie Retigliano, the shortstop for the Mustangs. 1 away. Tie ball game, 2-2. Low and outside, a 1-0 count. Hergert fired in the high heat, and Retigliano couldn't lay off of it. He goes chasing. One, breaking ball low. 2 balls and a strike. Game 1 of maybe 2 today if the Barbers can win here in the first of the day. They've got to win here to force a second game. That would set up a winner-take-all matchup. A winner moving on to the Northwest Regional to represent Oregon in Gillette, Wyoming. A 2-1 pitch, just low. Hergert missing to Retigliano, 3 balls and a strike. Medford has been in that regional many, many times over the years. Was in Gillette last year. I feel like Cody, Wyoming was a spot it used to be in. It's a 3-1 pitch, not off the mark by much. It's a walk on 5 pitches to Frankie Retigliano.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Johnny King.
He'll get on. That is the second walk for Hergert in the ball game. 2 runners on base with 1 out. The 9-hitter Johnny King will bat. Johnny has been good in the 9 spot. Yesterday was 2 for 3. A couple of singles. Also had a walk. He got on base all 4 times he was up to bat against the Lobos. Squares to bunt. He pulled it back as the pitch carries outside. A 1-0 count to start off. Here in the top of the second, tie ball game, 2-2. Again showing a bunt, pulls it back and watches it go by. Strike one on Johnny King, a 1-1 count. Hergert trying to get through the second inning here. Got a nice start with that almost double play ball, but then he walked the next batter. Now a bunt is put down by King for strike two. Medford trying to play a little bit of small ball in the second inning, manufacture a run. Both teams with a pair of runs in the first. This broadcast of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament has been sponsored by local sponsorship from Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 1-2 count. Hergert sets. Runners at first and second with one away. Looking for a ground ball here out of Johnny King. Gets him to pop up instead. It's back behind home. It'll stay a 1-2 count. The World Series, meanwhile, it's been in the same spot for a while. World Series being held in North Carolina. That one will be August 11th through the 16th. They usually broadcast that on one of the ESPN platforms. There's a swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch. Strike three to Johnny King. That'll be the second strikeout in the ball game.
Now batting leadoff batter number 13, Cody Boragine.
2 down. Two away. On at first, Retigliano. At second is Thompson. Up to the top of the order, Cody Boragine will bat. Hergert needs one more to get through the second without giving up a run. This is a tough guy to get an out against, though, and he'll take high. Boragine, a 1-0 count. He walked in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch. Boragine grounds it towards second. Shoppy flips to Miller, and they will get the final out here in the second. Some ground ball action there for Jonah Hergert. That's what he likes to see. Let his defense do the work out there. They get Retigliano at second for the final out here in the top of the second inning. And we are still tied 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base for the Mustangs. Bottom of the second coming up. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Second, number 7, Hayden Smith.
Bottom of the second inning. This broadcast sponsored by Champion Car Wash, your number one for auto detailing here in Douglas County. They'll wash your vehicle, shampoo your seats and carpet, and hand polish. Come in and ask for the express detail or call Dustin at Champion Car Wash to book your appointment today. Leading things off for the Barbers is Hayden Smith, the first baseman. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up in the second inning for the Post 6 Barbers against lefty Tanner Douglas. Low and inside, ball one. Douglas, 27 pitches in his first inning of work. Through 2 innings, Jonah Hergert has thrown 43. Pitch count, of course, coming into play where there is the cap on how many pitches a pitcher can throw in a single game. And based on how much they've thrown recently, there is also those limits as well. 2-0 count here for Douglas as he starts off against Hayden Smith in this 2-2 ball game. Swing and a miss, gets the strike across. So I'm always terrible with names and always feel like I'm remembering things wrong. But yes, Shelby, North Carolina, that's where the World Series is, in Cleveland County there at Keeter Stadium. Strike across top of the zone, hitting the outside corner, 2-2. Sure would be fun to go to that someday, see that stadium as a fan, as a broadcaster, whatever it may be. That'd be a lot of fun. It'd be great someday to make the way to the regional even. There's a 2-2 pitch, line drive. That'll fall into center field. Base hit for Hayden Smith. And the Barbers a runner on to start things off in the second as they battled back from a 2-0 deficit. Tied it up in the bottom of the first against Medford. And now looking to try and get a lead for the first time in the ball game. A runner on with nobody out. Joe Brockmiller, the left fielder, will bat. Brockmiller had the gem in a 1-0 win over the Salem Whitnell Dodgers. Threw an absolute gem in that matchup. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I didn't call that game, but he looked pretty good in that matchup. As a pitch in for a strike, 0-1 count. He outdueled his counterpart on the other side. I believe it was Brody McMullen, if I'm remembering correctly. And the only run that McMullen gave up was on a balk with runners on the corners. There's a strike taken for Brockmiller. He finds himself down 0-2. That was it was just an absolute pitcher's duel, and the only run scored when McMullen had runners on the corners, and he did the pickoff move where you fake to third and then look to throw back to first, and that's not allowed in American Legion baseball. It is in high school, but not in Legion. Pitch low, gets by Robbins to the backstop. And up to second base will go Hayden Smith. We've seen wild pitches and pass balls an issue here early on in the ball game, and obviously lots of heat that the players have been playing through. But when you're a catcher wearing all that gear, and these catchers have been playing most of their games back there, Robbins has been back behind the plate in almost every game in the tournament for Medford. And fatigue starts to set in maybe eventually. Robbins let one get by there. The 1-2 pitch from Douglas, low. Robbins will not let that one go by. A 2-2 count for Joe Brockmiller with now Hayden Smith at second base and nobody out. Brockmiller at the least will try to see if he can move Hayden Smith to third. Nope. He swings and misses for strike 3. That's the third strikeout in the game for Tanner Douglas. It comes in a big spot to get the first out here in the bottom of the second. Jackson Bowie will bat. He heads up to the plate as the 9-hitter, a left-handed batter. Both these lineups filled with plenty of lefties. One out, Douglas gets Bowie to hit a soft liner back to the mound. It's picked up by Douglas. He had a lot of decisions that went through his head in a matter of a second there. That ball came at him. Looked like it maybe, initially off the bat, looked like it might have been hit kind of hard, but it wasn't. So then he bobbled it around as he got the glove down there quick, but knocked it down. As he picked it up, he thought about going to third, did not decide to go that direction. Instead, turns and throws to first. So a lot of decisions going through the pitcher's head in just a split second there. Douglas gets the out. 2 down, top of the order. Andy Miller will bat with a man at third, though. Moving up 90 feet was Hayden Smith on the ground out. Top of the order, Smith grounded out to second his first time up. He took the first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Miller will take for a 1-1 count. Yeah, some of the highlights that I'd love to get a chance to do someday. Covering the Doc Stewarts. It'd be cool to go and call games in Gillette, Wyoming, or wherever the Northwest Regional ends up. It's a 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. or in the World Series. That'd be a trip of a lifetime. My predecessor, Brian Proutz, got to do it with the Docs back in 2010. And boy, if you were calling for Medford, you'd get a lot of chances to do that. They've been there quite a bit as of late. A swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Miller will head for first, and he is thrown out there. So bouncing back after a leadoff single to center field, Hayden Smith left at third base as Tanner Douglas battles his way back, retires the next 3 with a couple of strikeouts mixed in. He's got 4 in the ball game, and he keeps it a tie ball game 2-2. For the Barbers, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Go to the top of the third, 2-2 ball game on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Through 2 innings, a 2-2 ball game for the Mustangs, 2 runs on 2 hits, and for the Barbers, 2 runs on 3 hits, as both these pitchers starting to settle in, facing the lineup for a second time. Jonah Hergert on the mound misses with a breaking ball for a 1-0 count to Cameron Sewell, who is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Inside from Hergert to the lefty Sewell, 2-0. Joey Kirian here with you at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, where we will crown an American Legion Oregon State champion today. A 2-0 pitch from Hergert inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Both teams, kind of interesting here, haven't done it exactly the same, but both teams have sent exactly 10 hitters to the plate through the first 2 innings. And the pitcher is pretty even as well. After 2 innings of play, Jonah Hergert had 43 pitches and Tanner Douglas had 42. 3-0 pitch does come across for a strike to Cameron Sewell. Cameron Sewell from South Medford High School. So the co-pitcher of the year in the Southwest Conference during the spring. He'll take high for ball 4. 3rd walk issued by Jonah Hergert. If there's one stat that is standing out between the 2 pitchers, that might be it. Right now, 3 walks for Hergert, just 1 for Douglas. Hergert with 2 strikeouts, Douglas with 4. Leadoff man on base for a 3rd straight inning for the Mustangs. Tanner Douglas will bat, the pitcher looking to help his own cause. They are asking the left-handed Tanner Douglas to try and see if he can bunt the runner over. He fouled off the bunt attempt there. Kind of surprised that they would go a little bit of small ball for the Mustangs. Douglas, a big bat. Not showing bunt yet. The 0-1 pitch to the number 3 hitter. Didn't see him square around there. He'll take high for a 1-1 count. Tanner Douglas from South Medford, graduating this year as well. It'll be interesting to see how many of these Medford players get a chance to return for next year. That ball up in the air, foul territory, third base side, just out of the range of Dakota Chun. The third baseman was digging deep, trying to get some momentum going as he tried to track that ball. And it just landed outside of his reach. A 1-2 count for Douglas. Tanner had the double back in the first inning and scored a run on a ground out by Jace Miller. 1-2 pitch for Hergert. High. When you look at this Medford roster, they've got Monty Spence, who I'm not even sure if he's here with the team at the moment. Cody Boragine is wearing number 13, which was Spence's number. But Boragine is a swing and a miss. Tanner Douglas goes down with the strikeout. Third strikeout for Hergert gets Douglas. With a runner on at first, there's one out. Jace Miller will bat. He grounded to shortstop for the second out in the first inning, but drove in a run. So really, you look at it, Boragine, they have their everyday starters, guys that are out there contributing heavily. Cody Boragine's the only guy from the class of 2021. First pitch swinging, strike one to Jace Miller. Now they've got a number of guys from the class of 2022 that, depending on their birth certificate, may or may not have a chance to come back for next year. But they've got a lot of 2023, 2024 on this roster. This Medford team should have a good portion of this roster back for a year or two. There's a ball fouled away by Jace Miller. He's got the 0-2 count here. Jace Miller from South Medford, graduating this year with the Panthers. Honorable mention, All-State infielder. The 0-2 pitch is high. On the mound, Jonah Hergert. 1-2 pitch. With one out, looking for a ground ball. Nope, line drive, left field, down the line, fair. That's into the corner. Brock Miller will get to it. He throws in. The throw cut off at third. They won't get it home. It's a run-scoring double for Jace Miller. He picks up his second RBI of the day. He ends up at second base. From first, coming all the way around to score, is his high school teammate Cameron Sewell.
5, Aiden Horsley.
So a run in for Medford. Their first run since the first inning. Here in this 7-inning contest, top of the third. Now a 3-2 lead for the Mustangs. Still just one out in the third inning. Aiden Horsley will bat. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Out at second base is Miller. That ball down the right field side for Horsley, fouled out of play. Now through this tournament, I've been here for every game. This will be day 5, game 14 for yours truly. It'll be either broadcasting or producing the broadcast. Seen a lot of balls down the line just inside fair territory that end up rattling around in the corner. Most of them down the left field side, but we've seen a few down the right field side as well. It's just been kind of interesting to note that it's happened more than one. I mean, this is game number 14 in 5 days. You're seeing a lot of baseball here at the ballpark, so obviously you're going to see things happen, but it seems like we've seen quite a few of those down the line that just land in fair territory and make their way all to the wall to rattle around in the corner. Brief visit out to the mound for Sean Murphy, the catcher, to talk with with Hergert. Horsley at the plate. An 0-1 pitch coming to him. Breaking ball just high and inside. Horsley got the hands going, pulls them back. It's been great to see the community support, though. Like I said, been here the whole way, so we've been seeing the crowds come and go, and they've been pretty good crowds throughout the entire thing. Obviously, some games don't draw as big with teams coming from a little bit further away. But overall, pretty good attendance for the tournament. 1-1 pitch. That ball belted high in the air for Horsley. Out to center field, battling the sun, and he couldn't find it. Jackson Bowie, that ball drops. The runner at second had to wait, thinking that ball was probably going to get caught on a sky-high fly ball by Horsley, and Jackson Bowie could not locate it.
Number 8, Jeremiah Robbins.
That'll end up being a double for Aiden Horsley. Runners at second and third. Jeremiah Robbins will bat. He had a single in the second. Just one out still. The sun has been the big issue, I'd say, through the tournament. Wind hasn't been an issue. Obviously, the rain hasn't. The heat, I guess, could be your biggest issue. But that sun, boy, it has played difficult for a lot of outfielders and infielders at times here during the tournament. These afternoon games with that sun overhead, you're staring up into the blue sky with the sun just bright as all get out. That can be tough. 1-0 pitch, fouled away. And Robbins with a 1-1 count. It looked like Bowie had good track on it, and he wasn't off by much. The ball landing about 6 to 10 feet away from him. He was in the vicinity, but he lost it at the last minute running in. 1-1 pitch to Robbins. That ball to right field. Christensen has the read, gets a run at it. He throws in. The throw cut off by the first baseman, will not be in time. And Jeremiah Robbins with an RBI sac fly. 2 away, scoring is Miller, and that sun ball to center field comes up big for the Mustangs. They build their lead back out to 2 runs with a couple here in the third. 4-2 your score. 2 doubles here in this third inning. 4 hits total for the Mustangs. Up to bat, Owen Thompson will take ball 1. So the Mustangs, the momentum back on their side as the pendulum swings back and forth. Can the Barbers respond like they did in the first inning when they get a chance here in the bottom of the third? A strike across. Still got to get one more out to get there, though. One pitch for Hergert. The righty delivers. That ball fouled away. Fastball. Thompson trying to catch up to it, just got a piece of it. A 1-2 count for Owen Thompson. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second. A 1-2 delivery. Ground ball, third base, picked up there by Dakota Chun, across the diamond to Smith, and they will get the final out. The Barbers will make their way through the third inning here. They give up 2 runs to the Mustangs. Medford with 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We will head to the bottom of the third inning. It's now 4-2. Medford in front of the Post 6 Barbers. This is the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Bottom of the third inning, we'll start off with a soft liner by Sean Murphy, the catcher, hit to Johnny King, the second baseman, to retire the first out for the Barbers in the bottom of the third, trailing at the moment by a score of 4-2 as we bring you back here to Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg for the final day of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. First pitch swinging fouled away by Stanley Shoppy for strike 1. If the Mustangs win here in Game 1, they will claim the state title and move on to the Northwest Regional. If the Barbers win, they'll force a winner-take-all Game 2 coming up tonight at 5. A pitch inside, a 1-1 count for Shoppy. The Mustangs led 2-0 after the top of the first inning. The Barbers rallied with 2 runs in the bottom of the first to tie it up. See what they can do here in this third inning. A ball fouled away by Shoppy for strike 2. The first inning, when the Barbers were down by 2, it started off with an out at second base. Andy Miller grounded out to second to start off the first inning for the Barbers. Now here in the third, down by 2, they start off with an out at second on a line drive to Johnny King there at second base. Pitch outside, 2-2 count. I like to look at my scorebook and see trends or occurrences that seem to happen, and that's one there. So 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that'll break the trend. Back in the first inning when the Barbers were down by 2, they had the leadoff man committed an out, hitting the ball to second base, but then the second hitter got on with a walk and eventually scored. Here in the third inning, the only similarity will be is the leadoff man made the hit the ball to second for the first out. The second batter strikes out. That is the second strikeout for Shoppy in the ball game. 2 down. First pitch for Dakota Chun is fouled to the left field side. Out of play as it bounces out of the stadium. Strike 1. Nobody on, 2 away. Now in the ball game, 5 strikeouts for Tanner Douglas, who again has a 2-run lead to try and protect. His 0-1 pitch to Chun, just a bit low, a 1-1 count. Real quick, tell you we've got a 4-man crew working here on Championship Wednesday again. We had a 4-man crew yesterday as well. I want to say thanks to all the umpires throughout the tournament. As a ball trickles foul first base side for Chun, the lefty pulling that one towards the Medford dugout. It stays a 1-2 count. Say thanks to all the umpires for all of their hard work throughout this extremely hot stretch of weather. They've done a very good job and wouldn't be able to do it without them. Foul ball again for Chun. He stays alive, continues to battle against Tanner Douglas. I know the umpires sometimes will get a bad rap based on their perceived performance by fans and the coaches and the players, but no matter how they do out there, we wouldn't be able to do it without them. As a ball fouled again down the left field side. And Dakota Chun continues to make Tanner Douglas throw pitches. Obviously, we all want umpires to do a perfect job, but nobody's perfect. We do hope that they do a good job out there, and that's what they're aiming for as well. And we thank them for the time they put in to perfect their craft. Foul ball again by Chun. They got fresh baseballs into our home plate umpire. And Dakota Chun is trying to make the ball boy run out with another fresh set of baseballs. He continues to foul off pitches. The 1-2 pitch is low, 2-2 count. Wrapping up the American Legion baseball season here in the state of Oregon. Always feels like it goes by super quick. 2-2 pitch, low and outside. Full count for Chun, who had a single up the middle back in the first inning. Scored the second run to tie the ball game for the Barbers. Back in that first. The 3-2 pitch. Grounder back up the middle. This time snagged by Douglas. Off balance. He gathers himself. Races to first where he underhands it to Thompson for the out. So a 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Mustangs. They hang on to their 2-run lead. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 3 innings of play, it is 4-2. The Medford Mustangs on top of the Post 6 Barbers here on 541radio.com. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Heading to the top of the fourth inning, taking a look at your numbers. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Medford. For the Post 6 Barbers, 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors through the first 3 innings of play. On the mound, Jonah Hergert still throwing his first pitch in for strike 1 as he faces off against Frankie Retigliano, who drew a walk back in the second inning. Joey Keyran here with you, bringing you Championship Wednesday here in the Legion State Tournament. Foul ball, Retigliano, an 0-2 count. I want to say thanks to my counterparts, Dan Bain and Brian Prowitz, who helped out here throughout the tournament, covering some of the games over the weekend, and Dan helping out over a couple days ago back on Monday. The 0-2 pitch just outside. Retigliano, a 1-2 count. So thanks to everybody that helped make the production of this state tournament here online at 541radio.com possible. 1-2 pitch for Hergert. That one bounces in, 2-2 count. Behind the plate working hard is Sean Murphy out there. Both catchers having to do the best they can to try and keep balls from getting by. That pitch high and away. Goes to a full count. Retigliano drew a walk in the second. Battles his way back from an 0-2 count to start off here in the fourth. Chops that one foul. Ooh, nice snag by one of the coaches in that Barbers dugout. He got up quick, snagged that one, left-handed, barehanded. That was pretty good there. 3-2 pitch, that ball line to left field, charging in, sliding attempt, no, and it gets by the left fielder, Joe Brockmiller. That's going to roll a little ways. Heading for third is Retigliano. The throw in will get to third base late. And in with the triple is Retigliano. That ball, a low line drive shot to left field. Trying to slide to get there was Joe Brockmiller. And he could not make the play. It trickles by him out towards the outfield wall. Didn't quite make it to the warning track. Nobody backing up Brockmiller as that one went to dead left field, so a long run for the center fielder, Jackson Bowie, to try and help back up the play. And in the time that it took him to get there, Retigliano speeding around second for third. Leadoff triple to start the fourth inning. 1-0 count to Johnny King. Nice pick off the turf by Sean Murphy to make sure that ball didn't get by and holds the runner at third. A 1-0 count for Johnny King, and time called. Out to the mound goes the pitching coach for the Barbers. Well, if you maybe are tuning in to catch the state championship game for the first time, or catch the state tournament here for the first time, Champion Car Wash Field here in Roseburg. It's all artificial turf. Got replaced about 3 summers ago, replacing the natural grass and dirt field that it was. Champion Car Wash helping, among other community sponsors, to make this possible. All artificial turf field. Warning tracks, the infield dirt, the mound and home, everything is artificial. They did some upgrades to the dugouts behind home. They've got a new netting behind home to help update some things there. They've got some new fencing in the outfield. 320 down the lines. New foul poles out there as well. 385 to dead center field. It's a great place for a ball game and a great setting behind home. They're hoping to host some more big games in the future. The 1-0 pitch to King is fouled towards the parking lot. I know there's talks that this site could once again host things like a high school state championship game, It has hosted American Legion World Series in the past. So definitely a great ballpark here in Roseburg. Pitch high on the 1-1, a 2-1 count for Johnny King. Can seat about 3,000. I think back when they hosted the World Series, they had it expanded out to about 5,000 seating. 2-1 pitch here for Hergert. Defense playing in. King pops one up foul. First base side. Hayden Smith will run out of room as he crashes into the Cyclone fence. That'll be strike 2 for Johnny King. With the infield playing in, Hayden Smith was not that close to first, and so he had a much longer run to go to try and get to that foul ball. If he had been back at first base like normal, maybe a chance to get that a little easier. But the runner at third pulls the defense in. The 2-2 pitch here for King. Fights off the pitch on the outside corner. Trickles to the Mustangs dugout down the first base side. Two-two pitch. Hergert delivers. That ball bounces in. It will go off the chest protector and down the third base side for Sean Murphy. Nobody out. Medford threatening to add another run to its lead. 4-2 your score right now. 5 hits in the ball game for the Mustangs after the triple by Retigliano to start it off here in the fourth. Off the end of the bat this time for King, and he continues to battle. Was just pulling it up, the Legion Field stats, now Champion Car Wash Field. Built back in 1956. 3,125 seats available here. It hosted the World Series, American Legion World Series, in 1974, 93, and 96. Pretty cool. Full count pitch. Hergert shakes off the sign, delivers. That ball softly hit first base side, foul territory, off the glove for Hayden Smith. A chance at the first out of the inning, and Smith, he's a bit disgusted with himself. He did not make that play. Hit off the heel of his glove. That would have been a huge first out because it would not have been enough to give Frankie Retigliano a chance to score, and he just could not get it into the webbing. So the at-bat battle continues for Johnny King. Full count pitch again. An arm warming up in the bullpen for the Barbers. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, third base. The runner breaking home. The throw to the plate. Plenty of time trying to swim around the tag. Retigliano will not be able to. Dakota Chun fields that one perfect. A ground ball chopper right at him. You couldn't draw it up any better than a ground ball like that for the third baseman. Throws to the plate, and that will get Retigliano. He's out at home for the first out here in the fourth, and the Barbers will take that every time they can. Fielder's choice. King gets on safely at first. Top of the order, Boragine up. He is 0 for 1 in the game. He takes low, ball 1. Boragine drawing a walk in the first. Fielder's choice in the second. Yeah, the Barbers will trade a runner at third with nobody out for a runner at first with one out every single time. 1-0 pitch by Hergert. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. Strike 1. This is the 6th time in program history that the Doc Stewarts have been the host team here in Roseburg for the state tournament. That pitch low, 2 balls and a strike. Just learning that fact. I didn't realize that. 5 of the 6 times have been since 2000. And the last 3, including this one, we've been here to broadcast every game of the tournament. It's been a lot of fun doing it. 2-1 pitch, squaring to bunt. Boragine puts it down, third base side, and that is all they'll get. The Barbers will play smart defense there instead of trying to force the issue to get the speedy Boragine at first.
Now batting right fielder number 16.
The third baseman, Dakota Chun, hangs on to the baseball. The catcher, Sean Murphy, covering third. The pitcher also heading that direction. They did not want to let Johnny King, who's also got great speed, go first to third with the bag wide open. So the bunt will go down as a single for Boragine, his first hit in today's ball game. He's on at first. Johnny King at second, 1 out. Brings up Cameron Sewell, who was 0 for 1. He walked last time up, and he takes ball 1. 4-2 the score. We're in the top of the fourth inning. The Mustangs are the visiting team in the matchup. They lead by 2. Threatened to score with a runner at third with nobody out here in the fourth, but that runner thrown out at home. Now with 1 out, the Mustangs runners at first and second. A 2-0 count for Cameron Sewell as he takes the pitch high. Hergert trying to finish off strong here. It looks like he could be getting close to wrapping things up as he gets a strike across. We did see an arm thrown in the bullpen for the Barbers. I didn't catch the number, but kind of looks like that might be Gunnar Gustafson that had been out there throwing. 2-1 delivery for Sewell. Hergert will not get a chance to deliver as time called by Sewell before the next pitch. Coverage of the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. 2-1 delivery for Hergert as he comes set on the mound. A lot of motion on there. Line drive shot to right field for Sewell. Coming up with it quickly is Christensen. They're going to send the runner to the plate. The throw will not get there. The first baseman, Smith, drops it on the relay. Trying to get it out of the glove. He could not. And so the ball stops there. Scoring is King from second. It would have been close, but I think King would have beaten the throw. Boragine goes first to third on the single by Sewell. Drives in a run. And the Mustangs stretch it out to a 3-run lead, 5-2. Tanner Douglas bats, the pitcher looking to help his own cause with runners on the corners. Still just 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. 3 hits total in the frame. 7 hits total now in the ballgame for the Mustangs. Douglas takes it for a strike on the inner half. 0-1 count. Hergert out of the stretch. Kicks and fire. Run takes off from first. The pitch is high behind the plate. Murphy had to hop up to get to that ball. Did not have a chance to set and throw to second to try and get Cameron Sewell. Sewell will eliminate that double play ball up the middle for the Barbers as he gets into second base. 1-1 count for Tanner Douglas. 2 in scoring position for the Mustangs. Defense plays in. Strike 2 on the inside corner. Douglas struck out in the third inning, had a double in the first. Feast or famine for the pitcher for the Mustangs. He's looking to feast here. The 1-2, grounder again over the first baseman into right field for a base hit. Drives in another run. 1 run comes in. They will hold the second runner at third. Sewell will just go 90 feet. Boragine scores on the single by Douglas. With the infield playing in, Hayden Smith was in with his toes on the green turf that represents the infield grass. If he's back, he probably has a play on that one, but playing in to cut the run off at home, that ball took the high hop and he couldn't get up high enough to get to it. 2 runs have come in here in the fourth to make it a 6-2 lead. 4 runs for the Medford Mustangs. They are ahead of the Post 6 Barbers. A visit out to the mound. And also out there, the home plate umpire in the middle of that huddle for the Mustangs. We are going to get a pitching change. So the start comes to an end for Jonah Hergert, and the season on the line for the Barbers. They will go to the bullpen trying to stop the bleeding and see if their offense can fight their way back currently trailing by 4. Jonah Hergert goes 3 1/3 innings. As he exits the game, it's a 6-2 lead in favor of the Mustangs. We'll take a 60-second timeout and come back here in the 4th inning. Medford leading 6-2 over the Post 6 Barbers. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
From Hillsborough High School, a graduate for the Spartans, Jackson Price will take over on the mound. The right-hander will face Jace Miller as the Mustangs lead 6-2, and the first pitch for the new Barbers pitcher is laced into left field. An RBI single for Jace Miller, and it's now 7-2. The Mustangs in front of the Barbers with still just one out in the top of the 4th inning. Welcome you back here. That is the 4th straight single for Medford here in the 4th inning. Scoring was Cameron Sewell. Up to second base goes Tanner Douglas. Runners at first and second with one out. New man on the mound trying to stem the tide. And the pitch low and outside from Price, throwing to Aiden Horsley. Jace Miller at first, Tanner Douglas at second. 3 runs in the 4th inning for Medford. Here in the state championship final games from Champion Car Wash Field. The breaking ball is fouled away. Strike 1 to Horsley, who is 1 for 2 today. Those against Jonah Hergert. The starter exits the game after 95 pitches. Went 3 1/3 innings in the start. The runner at second base, Tanner Douglas, would go to Hergert's credit as Jackson Price takes over. Price, the glove in front of his face, will come set for the 1-1 pitch to Horsley. Breaking ball to left field, another base hit. Horsley, that is going to drive in a run as Brock Miller lets it go between his legs. 2 runs will score. Heading for third goes Horsley, and he will be in at third, standing up. The base hit was going to drive in 1 run. So Horsley will get credit for an RBI. And then the fielding error will give him 2 bases behind that. That's the first error of the ballgame for either side. Medford adds 2 runs. They're on top 9-2 now. Jace Miller scored from first. Horsley goes all the way to third on the error. 0-1 count to start off for Jeremiah Robbins here. Suddenly, this game has got lopsided. All of the sudden, 5 runs total here in the 4th inning for Medford. They are looking to end it quickly as a pitch in for a strike. Robbins an 0-2 count. They do not want to see this go to a second game today. They are trying to win it in 1. Robbins, a second-team All-Southwest Conference selection for the North Medford Black Tornado. The youngster, he will be just a junior next year. Fouls off a pitch, stays alive with the 0-2. Robbins is the 8th hitter to the plate. So far, all 7 hitters before him have reached base. And 5 of the 7 hitters that had come to the plate had scored. Robbins will take strike 3 from Jackson Price.
Now batting number 20.
First strikeout for Price. That's the fourth strikeout for the Barbers pitching staff. 2 down. Still a man at third. The ninth hitter to the plate is Owen Thompson, the first baseman. He'll take low and outside from Price. Thompson, the winning pitcher yesterday against the Sherwood Lobos, pitched 5 2/3 innings. 1-0 delivery inside, 2-0 count. So the book is now closed on Jonah Hergert. He gives up 8 of the 9 runs to Medford. 2-0 count, now 3-0, pitch high for Thompson. Fourth batter for Jackson Price in relief, and it has not gone well. He's given up 2 singles, does have a strikeout. 3-0 pitch is in for a strike. So 3 1/3 innings, gave up 8 runs on 8 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Jonah Hergert. I think all 8 of those are earned runs. As a line drive up the middle for Thompson. He'll get his first hit of the game, and he drives in another run. It is 10-2. The Mustangs are rolling. So batting for a second time will be Frankie Ritigliano. He led off the frame with a triple to left field. Owen Thompson on at first. Scoring was Horsley, who got all the way to third on an error in left field after a single. 1-0 count for Ritigliano, taking high and away. Frankie Ritigliano hit a ball to left field. Trying to dive to make the play was Brockmiller, and it got by him and rolled almost all the way to the fence. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike. So out in left field, been a lot of work out there for Joe Brockmiller. One delivery from Price, and boy, he misfired with that one behind the batter by a mile, Sean Murphy. Great job by the catcher to get up out of his crouch and get to that ball, not let it get by. 10th hitter to the plate here in the 4th inning. We got to start a new column in the scorebook. 2-1 pitch is called strike 2. So the Mustangs taking an 8-run lead here in the 4th inning, putting themselves in a great spot to try and win this one here today. 2-2. Ground ball foul, third base side. If the Mustangs can claim the title, it'll be their first state title since 2019. 2-2 pitch. Low and outside, full count. Feels like, I guess it's been a while probably for the Mustangs since they've celebrated a state title. In fact, it's been kind of an odd run for them. Is the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 on a pitch just out off the edge. With 2 outs. No, sorry, 2 outs.
Now batting number 1, Johnny King.
With 2 outs here in the 4th inning, a walk issued to Ritigliano. He gets on for a second time. Johnny King will come up to bat. Johnny King reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. He'll foul off the first pitch. For Medford, they lost in the title game against the Challengers from Eugene last year. There was no tournament in 2020, and the last time they won it was in 2019. That was down in Klamath Falls. 2018 was the one they won on appeal. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball in for a strike. 0-2 count here for King. Back in 2018 here at Champion Car Wash Field, I remember calling that championship game. The Mid-Valley Southpaws had won it, but they apparently had used an ineligible player in the process, and so Medford won on appeal. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and King will go down with the strikeout. Second punch out for Jackson Price in relief of Jonah Hergert, but damage done. The Medford Mustangs score 6 runs here in the 4th inning, and they now lead it. Sorry for those watching. Now 10-2 your score, so we go to the bottom of the 4th. We'll come back with all the numbers from the fourth inning for the Mustangs here on 541radio.com. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Tanner Douglas will work a first pitch strike to Tyler Christensen as we bring you back for the bottom of the fourth inning. Here from Champion Car Wash Field, the 0-1 pitch. Christensen gets behind one, belts it to left field, but not that deep. About midway out there in left, Aiden Horsley is there to make the catch. For the first out of the bottom of the fourth inning, it is a 10-2 lead for the Mustangs. For Medford in the top of the fourth inning, 6 runs on 7 hits. There was 1 error for the Barbers. Medford leaving 2 runners on base. They batted around, sent 11 hitters to the plate in the fourth inning to build their comfortable 8-run lead. First pitch low for Tanner Douglas. 1-0 count to Nelson Keljo, the DH, 0 for 1 in the game. 1-0 pitch in for a strike. So for the Barbers, they're down to their final 2 outs here in the fourth inning, but you got to think they need to show some sort of response to the 6 runs that Medford scored if they want to stay in this one and try and force a game 2. Tanner Douglas on the mound. He's not given up a hit since the second inning. A leadoff single for Hayden Smith, who waits on deck. 2-1 pitch, fouled away. 2-2. A 2-2 delivery coming up here for Nelson Keljo, the DH from Jesuit High School. Takes low and outside. Makes it a full count. Three-two pitch for Douglas. Ground ball up the middle, and Keljo will have his first hit here in the ball game. And that'll be the first hit for the Barbers since that second inning single by Hayden Smith, who will dig in next. 1 on, 1 away. Smith, a single right back up the middle. He will take his time digging in here. First pitch by the lefty Douglas is up high above the letters for ball 1. Douglas trying to make it through this fourth inning with that 8-run lead intact. Hits the outside corner for a strike. One count. He is low, 2 balls and a strike. Two-one delivery. Douglas fires in the ball fouled away by Smith. Looking to see Nelson Keljo. He's the guy at first base for the Barbers. He played this summer with the Corvallis Knights a little bit as a swing and a miss on the 2-2 pitch, strike 3. And there are 2 down. That is the 6th strikeout for Tanner Douglas. 2 away. Joe Brockmiller will bat. He struck out back in the 2nd. Nelson Keljo playing a little bit with the Knights up in Corvallis. He's going to be heading to Corvallis and Oregon State University as a pitch in, misses, ball 1 to Brockmiller. Keljo pitched in 5 games for the Knights this year, 10 1/3 innings in the time. That ball in the air out towards right center, long run. Boragine makes the play as he stumbles a little bit, stays on his feet, tracks it down. And he makes the catch for the final out on a well-hit ball by Brockmiller towards the alley. But the ever speedy and always tough to get something by Cody Boragine runs it down in center field. So in the 4th inning, no answer for the Barbers. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We will head to the top of the 5th inning. It is 10-2, Medford in front. Here on 541radio.com, this is the Allegiant State Tournament presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Well, we welcome you back for the top of the 5th. We get another call to the pen for the post 6 Barbers. Kind of figured he'd be the game 2 starter if the Barbers got there, but you got to win game 1 to get to game 2. So out comes Nelson Keljo. He will take over for Jackson Price on the mound, trying to keep this at an 8-run deficit for the Barbers. Don't want to make it any harder on themselves. Keljo from Jesuit High School. I was just looking at his numbers with the Corvallis Knights this summer. Again, 5 appearances, pitched 10 1/3 innings. He had a 5.22 ERA at that collegiate level. And in the summer, he had walked 7 and no strikeouts. No, sorry, he had 7 strikeouts and 3 walks allowed. So he takes over. The big lefty will fire in. First pitch, strike 1 against the leadoff man, Cody Boragine. Boragine smacks one off the plate, picked up by Keljo. The lefty will fire it to first for the out. 1 away.
Now batting number 16, Cameron.
So Jackson Price comes in. He ended up facing 6 batters in his time on the mound. He pitches 2/3 of an inning. Keljo gets the first out, 1 away. He faces Cameron Sewell, and Sewell takes low for ball 1. Keljo pitched against the Mustangs as a ball inside to the lefty, 2-0 count. Stumbling out of the way goes Cameron Sewell. Keljo pitched 3 innings against the Mustangs. back on Monday as he misses again, a 3-0 count. In that start, he gave up 1 run on 3 hits. As ball 4, a 4-pitch walk issued to Cameron Sewell. Gave up 1 run on 3 hits. He had 3 strikeouts and 1 walk in his 3 innings against the Mustangs back on Monday, which ended up being a 7-6 loss for the Barbers in 11 innings. First pitch, strike 1 to the lefty Tanner Douglas. The 0-1 pitch, Douglas fouls it away for strike 2. Tanner Douglas today is 2 for 3, a double, a single. He has an RBI and 2 runs scored, helping his own cause on the mound. I've not noticed anybody throwing for the Mustangs in their bullpen. There's a foul tip into the glove, strike 3. Keljo goes upstairs to challenge. Tanner Douglas with the high heat, he couldn't catch up. 2 away, 1 strikeout. Now for Keljo. First pitch, a little high to Jace Miller for ball 1. One-0 delivery. Ball fouled up and out of play for strike 1 to Miller. Miller is 2 for 3 today with 3 RBI. Every time he's been up, he has driven in a run. He's got a single, a double, and a ground out. 3 RBI. Out at first base is Cameron Sewell. Good speed, so an extra base hit might just drive in another run if Miller can connect against Keljo, who misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Keljo sets on the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Final line for Jackson Price in relief of Jonah Hergert. He gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, all in 2/3 of an inning. An error did not help out the cause there. Those will not all be earned runs. Runner going on the 2-2, and the ball is fouled away. Cameron Sewell back to first. Keljo's 2-2 pitch. Delivers to the plate. Inside. Just buzzing by Jace Miller. That one almost looked like it had a chance to get him, but he spun out of the way. Keljo out there on the mound, taking a couple of looks to first with Cameron Sewell over there. Now it's a 3-2 count with the runner at first, taking off on the delivery home. Instead, it'll be a pickoff throw to first. Kind of expected that. The runner with 2 strikes and a full count at the plate, or with 2 outs and a full count at the plate. Runners usually take off when there's a force out there, but you got to make sure the pitch goes home. Runner going, and there is ball 4. Second walk for Keljo. And Jace Miller will get on for a 3rd time. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't keep up his streak of driving in runs every time he's up at the plate. Brings up Aiden Horsley, the 5-hitter. He is 2 for 3 today. Strike 1 for him. So top of the order here, Boragine is 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Cameron Sewell is 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. Boragine is actually 1 for 3 with a single and 2 runs scored. Cameron Sewell, 2 runs scored. He is 1 for 2 with 2 walks and an RBI single. Tanner Douglas, 2 for 4. There's a ball fouled off on the 0-2 pitch. Jace Miller is 2 for 3. Aiden Horsley, 2 for 3. So it's just top of the order here, doing a lot of damage, a lot of hits there. As I think the umpire caught one on that foul ball. top 5 hitters have 8 of the 11 hits for the Mustangs. Yeah, the umpire had that one graze, it looks like, on his right arm. And they give him a moment to catch himself there. With a break in the action, want to remind you this broadcast of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament has been sponsored by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and also by Champion Car Wash. It's your #1 for auto detailing. They'll wash your vehicle, shampoo your seats and carpet, and hand polish. Come in and ask for the express detailer. Call Dustin at Champion Car Wash to book your appointment today. 10-2 our score. We're in the top of the 5th. The Mustangs with runners at first and second, 2 away. 0-2 count at the plate for Horsley. Fouls off another one, stays alive. On the mound is Nelson Keljo. Trying to get the Barbers through this top of the 5th inning and keep it an 8-run ball game. The 0-2 pitch is high. Here on this Wednesday afternoon in the Umpqua Basin, temperatures in the mid-90s. The 1-2 swung on and missed. And a strikeout to finish it off for Keljo. His second here in the 5th inning. And the Mustangs unable to do anything against the new pitcher. No runs on no hits. There were no errors. 2 runners left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 10-2. The Mustangs on top of the Barbers in the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament here on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Medford Mustangs leading 10-2 over the Post 6 Barbers out of the Portland-Hillsboro area. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Barbers got to get some offense going to try and stay in this one as they trail by 8 after a big 4th inning for the Mustangs, scoring 6 runs to take the 8-run lead. On the mound still, Tanner Douglas throwing for the Mustangs. And ducking out of the way goes Jackson Bowie. Thought I heard maybe a noise of the ball hitting something. I thought at first maybe it hit the bat. So I didn't see a signal on whether or not that was a foul ball or not, but it sounded almost like it might have hit the bat for Bowie outside. The umpire not signaling the count. I believe it's 2-0. The pitch to Bowie inside. He almost got hit by that one as he was starting his swing. He pulled the bat and his hands back to get out of the way. And he's got a 3-0 count. Douglas kicks. The lefty delivers. Hits the outside corner for a strike. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. There's another one. So, yeah, that first one must not have been a foul ball. That would have been strike 3. So, it's a 3-2 count. Tanner Douglas delivers in, and it's ball 4. Jackson Bowie in just his second at-bat. Medford's already starting their fourth time through the lineup. For the Barbers, they just wrap up their second time through the roster. Jackson Bowie gets on for the first time. That's just the second walk for Tanner Douglas. Top of the order coming up, Andy Miller looking to try and get his first hit of the day. Heading to Seattle University for baseball up there with, I've looked up their mascot before. It's a Hawks of some sort. In for a strike. An 0-1 count for Miller. I believe Seattle played against the University of Oregon here recently, and I believe that's why I looked up their mascot name at one point. The 0-1 pitch bounces in off the protector for Jeremiah Robbins. Tracked it down out in front of home. The runner at first, Jackson Bowie, stays put. One pitch. A liner to the second baseman, and no chance to get back to first for Jackson Bowie. Double play for Medford. Johnny King pulls that one off the turf for the out. Then he fires it over to Owen Thompson at first base to double off Jackson Bowie. Bowie was just running thinking there's a good chance that that's going to be a double play at second base or a base hit into the outfield, and he needed to get moving. So he was 2/3 of the way to second base by the time he realized that ball was caught in the air by Johnny King. 2 away, a 1-0 pitch to Sean Murphy will miss. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 delivery for Douglas here. Got some help from his defense. Misses inside to the lefty Murphy. .3-0 count. And there's ball 4. Second walk for Douglas here in the 5th inning. But 2 down and a man on at first. Douglas just needs 1 more to get through the 5th inning here. The Red Hawks, Seattle University Red Hawks. I knew it was a Hawks of some sort. Up to bat will be Stanley Shoppy. He takes the first pitch at the top of the strike zone. 0-1 count. Shoppy from George Fox University. They're the Bruins, that one I know. The 0-1 pitch, low and inside. George Fox University has a usually pretty competitive baseball program up there. The 1-1 pitch, grounder towards shortstop. Retigliano to King for the out at second base to get Sean Murphy there. That finishes off the bottom of the 5th inning, and Medford will hold on to their 10-2 lead as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Here in the 5th, no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Barbers. We're getting to the late stages of this one. Medford closing in on another state title. It'd be number 18 back after a 60-second break for the AAA state tournament here on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe. a Southern Oregon tribe, and a giving people.
Through 5 innings here on our Championship Wednesday in the AAA State Tournament, Medford leading 10-2. 10 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Mustangs. For the Post 6 Barbers, 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error so far in the ball game. Nelson Keljo on the mound will face off against the right-hander Jeremiah Robbins to start things here in the 6th inning. Keljo came in, gave up 2 walks in the 5th inning, his first inning of work, but did not give up a hit. He gets a swing and a miss for strike 1 against Robbins, a 1-1 count. AAA State Tournament here on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. I'm Joey Kieran here at Champion Car Wash Field, my home baseball site, as I cover Roseburg High and Roseburg Doc Stewart's baseball throughout the year. 1-2 pitch is up in the air, foul territory and out of play. Robbins will stay alive. I'll take a little bit of a moment since I've got a captive audience here for a little self-promotion. Covering Roseburg High School sports here on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. You can also catch it locally on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. So if you're watching out of the Medford market or maybe out of the Portland area market, if your team's playing a Roseburg team, there's a chance we might be broadcasting it. You can check us out for coverage. 2-2 count. Dakota Chun, or excuse me, not Dakota Chun, it's Jeremiah Robbins, looking at the wrong side of my scorebook there. Swing and a miss for Robbins. 1 away. I think the heat starting to get to me today here. I'm doing all sorts of things wrong. That is a 3rd strikeout in the game for Keljo. 1 down as Robbins leads off the 6th. Check swing, couldn't hold up. Owen Thompson, strike 1. I know that the Salem area will be on the roster for Roseburg football this year, so not necessarily making a trek up there to the Portland-Hillsboro area as a strike taken, so unfortunate there. We will be, it looks like, making 2 treks down to Spiegelberg Stadium in Medford for some Roseburg football against the Medford schools. As a foul ball, Thompson will stay alive. Historic Spiegelberg Stadium. (0-2) count for Keljo against Thompson. Swing and a miss, and Nelson Keljo finding a groove on the mound. He's got 4 punch-outs. 2 down.
Now batting number 10, Frankie Retigliano.
That'll bring up Frankie Retigliano. He is 1 for 1 in the game with a triple and 2 walks. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. (0-1) delivery for Keljo. The big lefty misses outside, a 1-1 count. For the Barbers coming up in the bottom of the 6th inning, they're down to their final 6 outs. They're the home team, so they will get the last at-bats. Off-speed pitch misses just outside, 2-1 count. It will be Dakota Chun, Tyler Christensen, and Nelson Keljo. The 3 hitters due up for the Barbers in the 6th as they've got to cut into an 8-run deficit. 3-1 count. Retigliano trying to find a way on base for a 3rd time via the walk. Nope. Swings and misses on the 3-1 pitch. That might have been ball 4. He chased that one outside. Wanted to protect the outside corner there. Full count pitch. He chases a 1 upstairs this time. Really that 3-1 pitch. You're ahead in the at-bat, 3-1. Retigliano had the opportunity to be selective, and he chased a pitch outside the zone. Then on the 3-2, he had to protect, and again chased one probably outside the zone. This time he watches strike 3 go by. Nelson Keljo strikes out the side. That's some momentum that the Barbers needed. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Top of the 6th, the quick one for the Barbers defensively. Now they go to the bottom of the 6th, trying to find some sort of momentum against Tanner Douglas into his 6th inning of work. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament, streaming on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Go to the bottom of the sixth inning, a 10-2 lead for the Medford Mustangs as they close in on the 18th championship in program history. On the mound, Tanner Douglas facing Dakota Chun gets a foul ball for strike one as we welcome you back to Roseburg. Pitch low and outside, a 1-1 count. The host site for the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. One pitch here for Chun. He gets behind one to center field, but right out to Cody Boragine, who makes a bit of a wild catch on the play. Made it look a little fancier than maybe needed to.
Now batting number 16,
but he secures it for the out. One away. Tyler Christensen will bat. He is 1 for 2 today with an RBI single back in the first. Started out 2-2 in this ball game. Medford scored first, and then the Barbers scored in the bottom of the first. Pop fly, foul territory, into the bullpen. Will land for a long strike for Christensen. Medford scored 2 in the top of the first. The Barbers scored 2 in the bottom of the first. It was tied 2-2 going to the third when Medford would add 2 more runs, led 4-2. And then the Mustangs pull ahead big with 6 runs in the fourth inning. And they lead it 10-2 as we're here in the bottom of the sixth with 1 out and nobody on for the Barbers. The 0-1 pitch from Douglas is high, 1-1. Looking at 95 degrees right now here in Roseburg. Medford at 102. Pitch in the dirt for Douglas, 2-1 count. And up in Portland, looking at 91 degrees right now. Looks like the temperature, the high temp in Portland has dropped a little bit for today. Ball in the air again, out to right field this time. That is where Cameron Sewell will make the catch. 2 down for the Barbers here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Now batting
brings up Nelson Keljo. Now the pitcher for the Barbers. He is 1 for 2 with a single. 4 hits total in the ball game for the Barbers right now. High and inside. He leans out of the way for ball 1. One-0 pitch for Douglas. Check swing, and the home plate umpire will say that Keljo goes around. He couldn't hold up. One pitch. Ground ball, chopper foul for strike 2. Medford beat the Barbers 7-6 in 11 innings back on Monday. They lead much more comfortably here today. The 1-2 pitch from Douglas is high, a 2-2 count. And Douglas will tuck in his shirt as he turns his back to the crowd. I think he had to undo his pants and everything there. No real breeze or anything today here in the Umpqua Basin, at least at the moment. The American flag in center field is just slightly blowing around in the breeze. Now it's going to make me look like a dummy because it gets up there going as a breeze picks up across the diamond left to right. Keljo swings at a pitch outside the zone. 2-2 count stays. Barbers trying to get something going here. They've had just 2 hits since the first inning, 1 in the second, 1 in the 4th inning. Low and outside from Douglas. Full count now for Nelson Keljo. Three walks so far for Douglas in this game. His 3-2 pitch with 2 away. Ball 4, that'll be 4 walks now. A 2-out walk issued to Keljo. That's something.
Number 34, Casey Langdale.
Can't start a comeback without a runner on base, so Keljo getting on with 2 outs. There's an opportunity. Door open a bit here in the 6th inning. Can Hayden Smith push the Barbers through it to try and get some momentum going? The first pitch. That will come in at the belt buckle outside corner for strike 1. Smith is 1 for 2 today. He hit a rope to center field. Ended up stranded at third base back in the 2nd inning. He'll take a breaking ball for a strike, and he has got himself an 0-2 count. (0-2) delivery coming up here for Tanner Douglas. He bounces it in front of the plate. The runner out at first will not try to advance. Keljo stays at the bag. Didn't get a good read on that one. And that's one that, with a lefty on the mound, you got to be a little bit more cautious. Can't have a huge lead out there, but that ball got to pick up the trajectory into the dirt. Might have had a chance to move up 90 feet. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. Smith watches it go by. That is the 7th strikeout for Tanner Douglas, and he will leave a man stranded on base for the Barbers, who are down to their final 3 outs to try and make up 8 runs. As it stands right now, the Mustangs look to try and add some insurance as they go to the top of the 7th inning, leading 10-2. This is American Legion Baseball, streaming on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Well, here we go, our final frame of Game 1 of what was maybe 2 today. But the Post 6 Barbers needed to win Game 1 to force a second game. So as it stands right now, it looks like the Mustangs may win it early here on Championship Wednesday. On the mound, Nelson Keljo trying to keep it an 8-run deficit and not make it any harder for his Barbers teammates to come back in the bottom of the 7th. He gets a first pitch strike 1 to Johnny King, strike 2 on another swing and miss. It'll be King, Boragine, and Sewell due up here in the 7th against the Barbers. The 0-2 pitch fouled away. Since coming into the game, Nelson Keljo in the 5th has not allowed a run to the Mustangs. He has also not given up a hit. He has walked 2 batters, but he has also struck out 5. The 0-2 pitch. That ball popped up and will get out of play. Look out behind home here. Oh, there we go. Had a feeling that one was headed to the metal grandstands to our right. 0-2 count for King. He'll take high. For the Barbers in the bottom of the 7th inning, they'll be looking for their 8, 9, and 1 hitters to try and get something started. Brock Miller, Bowie, and Miller. Ground ball left side. There's the first hit against Nelson Keljo today, and it's going to be a double for Johnny King. He hit a grounder down the third base side, just inside the bag. Diving to get there, Dakota Chun just came up short.
13, Cody Borges.
And out to second base goes Johnny King. Back to the top of the lineup, Cody Boragine will bat. He is 1 for 3 today, a walk and a single. He has scored twice. Ground ball up the middle, slow roller, cut off by the shortstop. Miller to first, not in time. Boragine will get his second hit of the game. That one close there at first base. Thought maybe a chance that they were going to get him. But Boragine will just beat it out. He is so quick down the line. Had a slow roller up the middle. Andy Miller out right around second base fielded that one and made the throw. Now one to shortstop. Miller gets it on the one hop, throws to second and overthrows the bag. It'll roll all the way to the bullpen. 1 run in. A second run will come to score. Sewell is headed to third. He'll stand up there. And a costly error will make it a 10-run ball game here in the 7th. Johnny King scores from second. Cody Boragine goes all the way around from first. Cameron Sewell was going to drive in a run on that one, and then the error helps another run come in. And so 2 runs in, 12-2, Medford in front. Defense comes in, a soft pop fly on the infield. Calling for it is Chun. There's 1 out as Tanner Douglas flies out. So that was a fielder's choice for Sewell, and then an E6 moves him around. First pitch, strike 1 to Jace Miller. 1 out. A runner at third is Cameron Sewell. Fouled away, strike 2. And I think our umpire behind the plate continues to get beat up out there today. They're going to give him a moment to breathe after getting clipped by another foul ball. So that'll be just the second error of the ball game for the Barbers. 0-2 count at the plate for Jace Miller as Nate Mabin, the head coach for the Mustangs, checks on our umpire. They wear padding, but it doesn't cover everything. Sometimes you just get clipped. 0-2 count for Nelson Keljo. Trying for the second out here. Misses inside. Medford trying to get back on top of the state of Oregon with their 18th title in program history. A ball fouled away by Miller. He's still got the 1-2 count, looking for his 3rd hit of the day. It has been 3 years since Medford won it all. It's a pitch high and away, 2-2. But it has only been 1 season, 1 championship that they didn't win. After winning 6 straight, they lost to Eugene last year. So it's been 3 seasons, but it's only been 3 years, but only 1 season in between the last time they won it all here in the state of Oregon. Pitch inside, buzzing the tower for Keljo. Jace Miller back in with a full count. Ball hit well to left field. Going back is Brock Miller. That's over his head. 1 hop to the wall and over the fence. A ground rule double for Jace Miller adds another for the Mustangs. And Jace Miller continues his outstanding hitting in today's ball game. His third hit, his second double, and I have it down for his fourth RBI of the ball game. That one struck well over the head of Joe Brockmiller in left field, and the light at the end of the tunnel is dwindling on the post six Barbers. High and away, ball one to Aiden Horsley, and this Medford team is just relentless. Really no weak spots in their lineup. As the ball fouled away, strike one.
Number 5, Aiden Horsley.
No weak spots in their lineup, and they got a lot of power, a lot of speed, and they are aggressive. 1-1 pitch here for Horsley. He slaps a fair ball down the third base side. Right past the bag, into the corner, another run in will make it 14-2 as Horsley's in with a double, his second of the ball game. Miller will score from second. 14-2 and a visit out to the mound for the Barbers coaching staff. Jeremiah Robbins, the scheduled hitter, but I believe, no, it will be Robbins. Keljo's going to come out of the ball game here in the seventh inning. He had not given up a hit coming into it. He had pitched 2 hitless innings, but in the seventh, he has now given up 3 hits, make it 4 hits, 3 of them doubles, and they will make a move. 4th pitcher used for the Barbers today. On the mound for the Barbers will be Jason Knopfsinger. We'll take a 60-second break, get you all caught up on the pitching change after this on 541radio.com. It's the AAA American Legion State Tournament presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Inheriting a runner at second base, Jason Knopfsinger will take over on the mound for the post six Barbers as Nelson Keljo goes 2 1/3 innings and not giving up a hit or a run until the 7th here as Medford breaks through and gets 3 runs against the lefty headed to Oregon State. They get 3 runs on 4 hits so far here in this 7th inning. 14-2 our score as the first pitch swinging Jeremiah Robbins flares one out to right field. It'll drop in. That'll be his second hit of the ball game. Runners on the corners for Medford. And the Mustangs continue to roll. 5 hits here in the 7th inning. That'd be 16 total now in the ball game for the Mustangs. Jason Knopfsinger from Canby High School, class of 2022, on the mound, fires a strike on the inside corner to Owen Thompson, was the scheduled hitter. And will be a pinch hitter in his spot for the first baseman. Caleb Long getting a chance to bat. Long swings and misses for strike 2. They may be putting Thompson on the mound. Maybe. Tanner Douglas, I believe, has reached his limit. He was at 106 at the end of the last inning, so he's probably coming out and going to first base as a ball fouled away, stays an 0-2 count. So that would mean that Owen Thompson, the first baseman, would probably have to move. Thompson did pitch yesterday 5 2/3 innings, so probably not likely that he's going to be on the mound. In fact, it's not a chance. 0-2 pitch, low and outside for Knopfsinger. A 1-2 count to Caleb Long. So we'll probably get some defensive changes moving around coming next half inning for the Mustangs as they try to wrap up this state title, leading 14-2. The 1-2 pitch outside for Knopfsinger, 2-2 count. Broadcast coverage here of the AAA State Tournament is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Knopfsinger 2-2. That one smacked foul sharply down that third base line. Just on the other side of the bag, not foul by much for Caleb Long. And his first at-bat of the ball game, he is looking to try and pick up a hit. 2-2 again, another one foul down that third base side. Two balls and 2 strikes. Knopfsinger trying to get the second out. Still just 1 out in this ball game. Runners on the corners. A pickoff throw to first base will not be in time. At first is Robbins. At third base is Horsley. Off-speed pitch sent high in the air to left field by Knopfsinger. The runner tagging at third will fake the run to the plate. The throw in will get cut off by Chun. So Long flies out to left field. 2 away. It'll be Frankie Ritigliano. Ritigliano 1 for 2 today. Struck out looking his last time up against Nelson Keljo. First pitch swinging, a grounder to Chun at third. He has time. Will fire it across the diamond for the out. So the Barbers do get out of the 6th inning, but it's a costly frame for them. They give up 3 more runs, and the Medford Mustangs are leading by 12 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to take a monumental comeback for the Barbers. Do they have it? We'll tell you when we come back for the bottom of the 7th inning. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
The Medford Mustangs will go to one of their aces. They've got a few of them. Cody Boragine will take over on the mound for Tanner Douglas. Boragine was probably going to be the starter in Game 2 if there was one. He'll try to be the closer here in Game 1. And he's got a big lead to protect. 14-2 our score. Just 3 outs away. The Mustangs looking to try and close it out here in 2022 and head to Gillette, Wyoming for the Northwest Regional starting August 3rd. Tanner Douglas goes 6 innings in line for the win. Gave up just 4 hits, 2 runs. It's the first pitch swinging for
Barbers, number 32,
a pinch hitter. It'll be Cooper Smith batting for Joe Brockmiller, who was 0 for 2 in the game. Foul tip into the glove for strike 2 for Smith as Boragine looking to just pepper the strike zone here. The lefty. The 0-2 pitch outside. One-two delivery for Boragine and a check swing. Smith will stay alive as he sends that to the backstop. So Tanner Douglas in line to get the win. 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. There were 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. He is set to be your winning pitcher. Douglas goes to first base. Still King at second. And Retigliano at short. A 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2 here. And Jace Miller at third base. Robbins behind the plate as a 2-2 pitch misses outside. And if there's one thing you don't want to see from Boragine is not throwing to guys. Three-two pitch, swung on and missed. Got him to chase the high heat. Smith goes down with the strikeout, 1 away. Cameron Sewell takes over in center field for Boragine. And Caleb Long, after his pinch hit, stays in the game defensively and goes out to right field. Owen Thompson comes out of the game for the pitching change. First pitch, swing and a miss to Jackson Bowie, scheduled hitter here. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. This is not Jackson Bowie. This will be Gunnar Gustafson. Oh, 0-2 count for him. He takes high and away. The 1-2 pitch outside again. And for a second straight batter, Boragine gets ahead with the 2 strikes and then keeps trying to hit the outside corner and finds himself back in the at-bat. A 2-2 pitch here. Again outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Gunnar Gustafson, pinch hitter from Mountainside High School. Be a junior next year. Boragine's 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Well, he's got to go to a full count to get it, but he keeps getting the strikeout. And the Mustangs are 1 out away from winning the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament for the 18th time in program history and the 7th time in 8 seasons. Up to bat. Top of the order scheduled to hit. It is Andy Miller that'll dig in. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. Down to their final out here for the Barbers. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive out towards center field. Carrying. And there it is. The Mustangs are your champions in 2022. The dog pile on the mound. And the Mustangs will celebrate here and get ready for a trip to Wyoming. 14-2 your final score as Mustangs will get to celebrate once again. It's been a few years, but they finally pull it off. And I say finally, they've been so close the last time they were here, and they have been dominant for a long, long time. The Medford Mustangs are at the top of American Legion Baseball once again. 14-2 your final score as the Post 6 Barbers cannot keep up with the Mustangs here today. They fall in this matchup. and will finish out their season 32-10-1, a great year for the Barbers. And for the Medford Mustangs, they improved to 37-7 on the season, and they will be heading to Gillette, Wyoming to represent Oregon in the Northwest Regional. We're going to go and take 1 minute break. We will come back. We'll take a look at the numbers, maybe catch a little bit of the post-game trophy celebration when we come back. This is the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Well, the Medford Mustangs have claimed it once again. The two teams meeting on the field. The Barbers, they will have their final conversation of the season after a loss here today. 14-2, your final score. Medford winning it and heading off to the Gillette, Wyoming for the Northwest Regional. And for the Barbers, their season comes to an end here on this Championship Wednesday for a second consecutive season. They lose to the Medford Mustangs in their final game. Taking a look at the numbers for the Medford Mustangs, 14 runs, 16 hits, no errors. And for the Post 6 Barbers, 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors in this matchup. Getting the win will be Tanner Douglas, goes 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Taking the loss will be Jonah Hergert, who goes 3 1/3 innings, gave up 8 runs on 8 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 4 pitchers total used by the by the Barbers. The Mustangs used 2. Cody Boragine closing it out. Definitely not a safe situation at the time. He finishes out with a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th to put the final nail in the coffin to clinch a championship here in 2022. A well-played game for Medford. They will carry a lot of momentum into the Northwest Regional. They go 5-0 in the state tournament here. Taking a look at how it played out, it was 2-2 after 1 inning. Medford got 2 in the top of the top of the first on a pass ball and an RBI ground out. It was 2-0 at the time. Then in the bottom of the first, the Barbers would get 2 on an RBI single by Tyler Christensen and then a wild pitch. So they would score 2 runs to tie it up. Medford put 2 on the board in the 3rd inning as they would get 2 more runs against the starter Jonah Hergert on a sac fly by Jeremiah Robbins and a double by Jace Miller. Made it 4-2. But it was the 4th inning that was the big difference in the ball game. The Mustangs bat through the lineup, send 11 hitters to the plate, score 6 runs on 7 hits and 1 error in there as well. And the Barbers would fall behind at that point 10-2. And you could kind of start to see the writing on the wall. The Mustangs put 4 runs up in the 7th inning against Nelson Keljo, and they really pull away for the victory. Your final score again, 14-2. The Medford Mustangs are your 2022 Oregon Legion State Champions. Cody Boragine will finish the day 2 for 4 with 2 singles, 3 runs scored. Cameron Sewell had a single. He ends up going 1 for 3 today. He drove in 2 runs, scored 3 times, had 2 walks. Tanner Douglas ends up with 2 hits, goes 2 for 5 with a double and a single. Jace Miller had 3 hits, 2 doubles, a single. He drove in 4 runs. Aiden Horsley had 3 hits, 2 doubles, a single. He drove in 2. Jeremiah Robbins had 2 hits. He was 2 for 4. Owen Thompson 1 for 3 with a single. Frankie Retigliano goes 1 for 3 with a triple. And Johnny King goes 1 for 4 with a double. On the other side for the Barbers, not a lot of hits in the ball game, just 4 total. The Dakota Chun goes 1 for 3. Tyler Christensen goes 1 for 3. Nelson Keljo goes 1 for 2. Hayden Smith goes 1 for 3. And that is your hits in the ball game for the Barbers. We are getting the trophy presentation. Let's take a listen in.
We have 13 committee members here today. We have 13 committee members. We have 7 of them are here today, and I wanted to make note. We have Nate Mabin from Medford. We have Joe Duran from the Barbers. Kevin Schaefer in the stands, or is he out here? Over there. We have Craig Admire, the tournament director. Rod Trask is waiting for you. And Les Newman. And then myself. I'm the commissioner of American Legion Baseball for the state of Oregon. Lucky to be that. Don't know how I got here, but I'm here. The committee works all year round to establish this tournament in a single A tournament and keep the rules. We start probably next week planning. We even started during this tournament to talk about what to do and what we need to do. I want to thank Craig Admire and his staff, which are all dedicated and an efficient team. From the announcer to the folks that clean up the place after we leave. Would you like to add anything? Okay. They are a very efficient group. We've been involved with them. I've been involved with them for 2 years and very impressed. I want to thank the fans, the parents and grandparents, everybody that attends American Legion Baseball throughout the season. Thank you for attending this event. Les, can we get on with the awards? To the Barbers. Nope. Congratulations, Joe. Great tournament. You pushed the Mustangs the other night for a lot of innings. Congratulations.
So as they hand out the trophies here, wanted to take a look real quick for those that are still tuned in here following the trophy celebration. The Northwest Regional held in Gillette, Wyoming will get started on August 3rd. And the Oregon State Champion will take on the Washington State Champion. It looks like they will play following the first game at 9:30 in the morning, so probably looking at around 11:30, noon, 12:30, somewhere in there probably for the first game for the Medford Mustangs from the Northwest Regional. As they celebrate the Medford Mustangs as your state champions down on the field, Coach Mabin accepting the plaque and the accommodations here.
Good job, boys. Good job. Had another good season, didn't you?
Those games will be held at Hladaki And I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but Memorial Stadium, I'm sure that the Mustang fans very familiar with that. Start booking your hotel rooms now, I guess. August 3rd will be when that tournament gets underway, and it will run through the 7th. So that'll be 1 week from today. They get started there in Wyoming for that state tournament. Got to be a fun trip for those guys, get a chance to go be a part of that yet again, and just got to be cool for everybody involved. I think it would be a pretty awesome experience to get a chance to go out there and do that myself, but maybe one of these days we'll get there. The Mustangs, they will get out there yet again. Back to the presentation.
A lot of money in Roseburg. No doubt to me, these are the two best teams of American Legion AAA baseball in the state of Oregon. Give them a round of applause. Let's give them all a round of applause, folks. Great team. Thank you very much for being here, folks. And we'll see you again next year, right?
So that appears to wrap up the trophy celebration here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, where the Medford Mustangs are your champions once again, back on top as they will hold up the banner for some photos down on the field. And Medford will represent the state of Oregon in 2022 at the Northwest Regional starting next week in Gillette, Wyoming. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here. I wish I could move the camera for those watching to show you that team photo down there, but I'm not right next to the camera, so it'll have to be what it is. But the Medford Mustangs moving on. Congratulations to them, to the Barbers. Congratulations on reaching the final day of the state tournament. That is an accomplishment in and of itself, as always. As we wrap it up here, I want to say thanks to everybody that helped make this year's state tournament a huge success. A lot of fun here in Roseburg. Great to see the crowds coming out and taking part in the festivities and spending some time here in our little neck of the woods in Roseburg. We hope you enjoyed yourself if you made your way to the tournament for any portion of it. And for those that stayed at home and watched the tournaments from there, I know it's a big commitment to go on the road and follow teams, and that's why we do things like we do. So happy that you guys were able to find the broadcast and be a part of it. Congratulations to the Mustangs. Good luck as they represent Oregon. Hopefully they do it well out in Wyoming. Thanks to the Roseburg American Legion Post here in Douglas County. Those guys are great. They work really hard to put on a great product for everybody involved during the regular season for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and here during the postseason. With the state tournament again here in Roseburg, they continue to work hard to put on a great product for everybody involved so that it is a fun time for everybody in American Legion baseball. So thank you very much to the Roseburg American Legion Post here, and want to say thanks to everybody that helped make this possible for us to be able to put this on. Our sponsors, the Cow Creek Tribe, Douglas County Farmers Co-op, Champion Car Wash. So we appreciate them putting in a little bit of support to help us out with what we're doing here. Want to say thanks to Dan Bain and Brian Prowitz for helping fill in on the broadcasting roles of what we do here on the radio, or I guess on the video stream. And thanks to you, the fans, for tuning in because, like I like to say, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. It's been a pleasure to be broadcasting the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament for a third time here from Champion Car Wash Field. And I don't know where the tournament's headed next year, but if it's back here again, you can look forward to more coverage of American Legion Baseball online at 541radio.com. All right, folks. For the Medford fans, enjoy the trip out to Wyoming if you're making it. I'm not sure if they've got coverage of the games out there, but I'm sure you guys will stay up to date on what's going on with your Mustangs. We know that they are fanatics down there in Medford. Best of luck to the Mustangs going forward. That wraps up the 2022 American Legion Baseball State Tournament here from Champion Car Wash Field. Coverage has been presented by the Cow Creek Tribe here on 541radio.com.